Hi, my name is Kerry Lutz. I am 66 years old, living in South Florida, and I am doing this video because if you have a specific type of eye condition, which I had, mainly it's called higher order aberration, uh, you need to know about what I'm about to tell you. And higher order aberrations, there's a variety of them. They're basically defects of from my understanding, the cornea. And as a result, light gets concentrated or focused in your eye abnormally. You have glare, especially at night. And in my case, let me just briefly tell you my history. I was a contact lens wearer about 30 years ago. I became allergic to my contact lenses. I lived in New York City, horrible air quality, and I could not wear them. Just couldn't. So I had radial keratotomy. That was a surgery that was then in vogue. It had started in Russia. Basically, it meant making incisions generally on the non-vision part of the cornea, 8 incisions in my case on each eye, 8 incisions on each eye, and pretty much my nearsightedness. I had to wear glasses. I wore contacts. My left eye was minus 450, and I think my right eye was minus 500, which means that what somebody uh, sees at 20 feet to, what a normal person would see at 500 feet or 450 feet, that's what I saw at 20 feet. And my glasses were thick. Contact lenses were very effective for a lot of years until I became allergic to them. And I was getting repeated bouts of conjunctivitis and eye infections. And finally, I just decided I could not wear these contact lenses anymore. So I had RK done. For the first 5 or 6 years, my nearsightedness was corrected to 20/20, had a little bit of glare, didn't think much of it. But after that period of time, I started to get farsighted and I got hyperopia. And it's funny, my eyes were almost the mirror image of what they were prior. I was plus 450 in my left eye and plus 5.0 in my right eye. And when you're farsighted, when you have presbyopia, which I had, you use these progressive lenses, and basically they're magnifiers. So they're thick. Your eyes look huge, like they're bulging out when people see you in the glasses. I wore those glasses for about 10 years, and then I said, maybe I'll try contacts, and I'll get contacts for farsightedness. And I was fitted. I had a really capable, skilled optometrist, and she really fit my eyes well. Took 3 or 4 shots. We were able to find contacts, and my vision was corrected to roughly 20/20 in one eye, 20/25 in the other. For all practical purposes, when I was driving or distances, my eyes were 20/20, and up close, farsightedness completely gone. I mean, I could read menus in restaurants, and none of my friends were able to. But over time, the shape of my eyes changed. One thing that I had was this glare, and that was from the RK, higher order aberration, it's called. Higher order aberration from the RK. So what would happen is, well, my pupils are a little, you can see them now if you look at my eyes, a little bloodshot. I've been wearing these lenses for over 12 hours now, but my pupils are pretty small when there's a lot of light, but they get larger. That's the function of a pupil, is it's the shutter of your eye, and the darker it is, the more light it lets in, and the brighter it is, the less light it lets in. So what was happening is when my pupils would get larger, the parts of my cornea, which were normally non-vision parts of the cornea at night, would become vision parts. The pupil expanding would pull in light from those places where I had the incisions, and I would get glare. But my brain learned to filter it out more or less. So I had been wearing soft contact lenses again for about 5 years. The latest prescription that I got, my astigmatism had increased, had astigmatism. That's what's called lower order aberration. And so I had this astigmatism, and it made fitting the lenses very difficult, getting a good fit. Well, me being a consummate internet researcher, I thought, well, maybe I'd read something about custom made contact lenses. And I said, gee, maybe that's what I need. I'll find custom made contact lenses. Well, what I found instead has been a game changer. I found what are called sclera lenses, and they're basically gas permeable lenses. They're hard plastic, but not like the old fashioned hard lenses. They go over your eyes, over your irises, and they rest on the white part of your eye or the sclera. And you basically fill these things up. They're convex or concave shape. You fill them up with distilled saline solution, and then you use this apparatus. Basically, it's a pedestal to put them in your eyes. Very easy going in. And then when you want to take them out, you pull them out with this suction device. And that can be a little problematical, but over time you get used to it. It's no big deal now. I've been wearing these for 3 weeks. Amazing thing. I go to Bill, the contact lens guy, and I will put his link in the show notes. He's not sponsoring this or anything else, but I am so grateful. I go to him. He takes a look at my eyes. They do this wave front scan. So they're detecting the shape of your cornea, and he comes up with a sample lens. He throws it in my eye. I look through the at the eye chart, and in my left eye, I'm 20/20. And he said, this is the best I have. This is the closest I have. I can't make it exact right now. Well, that's why we have to order them. But I'm 20/20 in that eye. And amazingly enough, the room is dark. Normally I would have glare, no glare whatsoever. No glare. So then he takes the same lens, and mind you, the prescription he's coming up with is about plus point 0.25. That's the difference between my two eyes. I think one is 3.25, one is 350 plus. And he puts it in the other eye, and I'm seeing 20/20 out of that eye as well. It's amazing. So he orders up the lenses, get them in 2 weeks' time. Could have done it sooner, but I was traveling. Puts them in my eyes, and I am 20/20 with virtually zero glare. Still have a tiny, tiny bit of glare, but no more than most people have normally. I mean, these lenses have been a game changer. I wish they've been around for about 10 years. I wish I had known about them 5 years ago when I restarted the contacts. I wouldn't have bothered with the hard lenses. I mean, there are a variety of other higher order aberrations that I don't have experience with, but they're corneal deformities and waves in your cornea and stuff like that. And basically, these lenses, I liken it to like an artificial cornea. They go over your eye, and the lens becomes, which is perfectly shaped, perfectly formed. The lens becomes your cornea effectively. And if you have dry eyes, it's great for that too, because the reservoir in the back of the lens, you put in a whole bunch of saline and it stays in your eye. Now, there's only one drawback to these lenses. I could wear my soft contacts for 16 to 18 hours before they bother me, sometimes even longer than that. With sclera lenses, basically 16 hours is my maximum. Right now, it's December 14th at 9:09. I put these in at about 7 a.m. this morning. So I've had them in 14 hours, and I'm definitely getting to the end. It'll be interesting to see as the longer I wear them, if my eyes acclimate more and I'm able to wear them longer. Sometimes during the day, if I know I'll be out late, I'll take them out for an hour or two. It's a little bit of a production, but it's not a big deal. And then I'll wait to put them in as long as I can. Sometimes in the morning, if I know I'll be out later, normally I put my lenses in at 6:30 or 7 when I had the softs. Now I'll wait till 9, sometimes even 10 o'clock. So your two options are put them in later you'll be able to keep them later, or take them out during the day for an hour or two, disinfect them, and put them back in your eyes. The other thing is, you don't have to rub these or use any type of cleaner on them. Basically, you put them in a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution in a special case that comes with the solution. The case has a platinum oxide pellet in it, basically, and the hydrogen peroxide interacts with that platinum and basically cleans off your lenses. I mean, these things are a game changer. Knowing what I know now, I would never, ever have bothered with the soft lenses. If you have glare at night, ask your optometrist or your ophthalmologist, do I have higher order aberrations? And they'll probably look at you funny because the average person doesn't know what that is. I didn't know what it was till I start researching, but ask them outright. Sometimes even your lower order aberrations, your astigmatisms, they could be pretty intense and very difficult to correct with regular contact lenses. Now, I still wear my glasses in the morning when I wake up and at night when I take the lenses out. And I did that with my soft lenses too. Easier that way. One thing, when you've got these plus lenses, you don't need to correct them as often. I mean, I have progressives. You either love progressives or you hate them, but if you don't want progressives, you just do the regular lenses and they're one power, so you don't have different focuses, and you might need additional correction for reading. You have to talk to your ophthalmologist or your optometrist. Now, one thing you have to understand is many optometrists and ophthalmologists don't know a lot about the scleral lenses. Um, but I think more and more are learning. I mean, I'm going to go back to my optometrist. I really respect her, and she was so good that I want her to know this option exists so that when she has patients, she can treat them and get them the best possible outcome. Look, my vision hasn't been this good since I got RK 30 years ago. And that only lasted for a short period of time, roughly 5, 6 years. Before that, before I got the RK, the last time my vision was this good was when I first started wearing glasses in my late teens. Um, I think I was myopic since the age of 13 or 14 years old. So think about these scleral lenses. Number of companies manufacture them. They even have 3D printers now to print them off. Um, this special wavefront scanning is required. It's no big deal. You won't even know the difference, but you get your corneas scanned to the surface, and then the computers figure out what the best correction is, and boom, you get these things. It will change your life. Hey, if anyone's got a question about them, shoot me an email, kl@kerrylutz.com. I'm not doing this for anyone. I'm just doing it to inform you that options exist, which is why you always need to keep looking for any health problem, because it may very well be that there is a solution and you owe it to yourself to find it out. Again, kl@kerrylutz.com. Thank you. And I bid you all the best of luck. If they work for you, great. Oh, one other, they are expensive. I mean, my first set of lenses with the evaluation was 600. The lenses are 1400. I'm buying a second pair for 800. But look, if money is an obstacle here, we can work with you. I'll help you do a GoFundMe campaign and get you these things because they will change your life for the better. I'm seeing like a 20-year-old again. Thanks.